Wanya back inside the wrestling basement, coming at you with this Sunday's Payback pay-per-view. We will see a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match between the champions, Sasha Banks, and the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley, going against and defending the Tag Championships against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler in this here video. If you don't want to know what's going to transpire this Sunday at Payback, hey, by all means, and hey, go ahead and exit the video. But if you do and you want to really get that full experience, well, that 1 year experience on how I pretty much know how WWE career team, because they so fucking stupid. Like, it's clear and obvious how this whole women's tag team championship match is going to go. So let's jump right into it. So as we all know, Sasha Banks and Bayley is set to defend the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions against two unlikely rivals, that being Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Now, as far as this tag team match, neither one of these four superstars are on the same page. You got Sasha Banks and Bayley on one hand. Just last week, it was two belt bank and Bayley dough scrap. Sasha Banks then lost the Raw Women's Championship thanks to Bayley. Like, we didn't all seen that Bayley in the past does not have Sasha Banks back. Clearly, Sasha Banks have Bayley back more than Bayley have her back, and it's clear and obvious that now we see that Sasha Banks, like I said, don't have the Raw Women's Championship, and we all see what's bubbling on the Boston Hug Connection side. Then on the other side, we've seen for the past couple of weeks, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, they ain't been able to just be in the same ring, not even the same promo or segment with each other without getting physical, and it's pretty much bad. It's like a volcano effect as far as this women's tag team match, because neither one, like I said, neither one of these teams are exactly on the same page, so it can really go spiral out of control. We can see some heel turn. We see somebody get stabbed in their back as far as this women's tag team match, but I got just the perfect scenario, and it's clearly obvious the way that the WWE career team is going to go. So, considering the fact, like I said just mere seconds ago, Sasha Banks lost the Raw Women's Championship due to Bayley not cheating enough for her to retain her Raw Women's Championship. This match can go two ways. Okay, the first way we can see it, since the Boston Hood Connection is not on the same page, we could very well see Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax become the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. And of course, they won't hold them for long. They will beat up a couple of people throughout the, for the up and coming weeks on Monday Night Raw, and then eventually drop them. If they do become the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, it's definitely going to be Nia Jax that get pinned, and they will lose the championships and eventually go back to rivaling, beefing with each other. But on the other side, if Sasha Banks and Bayley was to remain the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, then of course it's only right that Sasha Banks and Bayley fight each other for the SmackDown Women's Championship. So it's kind of like, it ain't no endless possibilities as far as this Women's Tag Team Championship match, but either way it go, and what way I'm most leaning towards the WWE doing is having Sasha Banks and Bayley lose the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, so Sasha Banks and Bayley can fight for the SmackDown Women's Championship. That's more than likely what it's going to be. And as far as Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler as the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, I ain't going to disrespect them and say they're going to lose to the Iconics, but they could very well lose to the Riot Squad. And like I said, of course, in the end, it's definitely going to be Nia Jax to lose the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions for them. And on top of that, we can very well see a change of dynamics. Now, this a little far-fetched, but anything is possible in the WWE. After Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax win the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, we could very well see one of those superstars, even though they are the Women's Tag Team Champions, we can see one of them focus on the WWE Raw Women's Championship, Asuka, and they changed the whole pendulum, and one of them become a WWE female superstar with two belts. But hey, that's later on down the line. As far as this Sunday night at WWE Payback, it's pretty much a 90-10 chance. I got 90 on Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler becoming the new champions, and I got 10% on Sasha Banks and Bayley retaining the WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. But when it all boils down to it, the WWE, as far as these two teams we can definitely expect Sasha Banks and Bayley to start their feud, and of course Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are definitely going to continue what they got going on amongst each other. So, with that being pretty much my prediction and my take on what I feel as though this WWE career team is going to book as far as this WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match this Sunday at WWE Payback, feel free to smash the like button, super kick subscribe button, comment down below, and hit that bell notification. Till next time, this is the Wrestling Basement.